Hey everyone, my name is Alexandra, and before we get started, I do want to say that your viewership is super appreciated on this channel. I know I don't want to sound like an infomercial, but I do want to say that if you like this video or you like any other video I put up on my channel, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe, because that is the only way that I know you appreciate this sort of content and would like more. I make sure to put out a video every other day on my channel, so if you like that kind of stuff, please stay tuned. Anyway, it's like 1:45 in the morning and I want to get this done and over with. So here I am. I'm building a bathroom for this lady named Necromancy Nancy, aka Grandma. She's like this little vile woman that I got locked up in the closet. No, actually an attic. Police! Sorry guys, that was incredibly head-ass of me to include that clip, but basically Grandma does not have her own bathroom. All the other bathrooms are en suites, so the teenager has her own bathroom and the family has her own bathroom. The adults have their own bathroom, and I figure that this little communal bathroom, I don't think that that's the right way to call it, but it's the only one that you can access from a hallway needed to be built. And I don't know, looking at it now and how small and quaint it is, it kind of changed my opinion of turret bathrooms. And on top of that, I don't think anyone from the ground floor can really look into the second floor, so the privacy issue is not really a thing. But I don't know if you noticed, guys, but the toilet is in the chimney. I guess in The Sims, plumbing logistics don't matter. But I'm working on the library, because the only way to even get up to grandmother's room is through the library by those two hidden doors. They're actually bookcases. The one thing that I thought was kind of interesting was that when I was kind of like sifting through the catalog looking for a matching bookcase so that those doors didn't look as conspicuous. Oof, like I said, it's already getting really close to 2 in the morning. It's really hard for me to now start speaking coherently. But that's a trend on this channel, leaving everything to the last minute, so bear with me, guys. So I don't know, like looking for any bookcases that actually worked as a bookcase on their own I was hard pressed to find any actual bookcases that matched that door. And I don't know, like if the whole goal is being like shifty and shady and like nobody knows when you're coming in or out, they saw you go into the library but nobody saw you leave, and when they walk into the library they don't see you there, like you'd think those two doors stand out like a sore thumb. But maybe that's just me really thinking way too deeply into the situation. Anyway, so I turned this into like a little, not a study, but like a communication area. Those two sofas are really geared for conversation. They're facing like each other. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But 3 of those 4 bookcases are functional. One of them is sort of like hidden up against the wall, and I know it doesn't look like it makes much sense, but I figure that since I play the game usually with cutaway walls anyway, it doesn't really matter if they all look like they belong. And so I try to incorporate some like Asian inspired art. I know that the Victorians really loved Asian art. Like they would incorporate it into their furniture, into their decorative pieces. But that piece looked a little too modern and contemporary to have hanging up in the library, so I decided to put something else in there. Now we are working on the teenager's room, which I don't know which teenager gets a full canopy bed with its own stained glass ceiling, but I don't know. I want to be that kid, because look at that. That is so gorgeous. This is just what I'm saying. Like the Realm of Magic pack, I think is super underrated, because I know that not many people get much pleasure out of playing like occult Sims, or I don't know, it's just not like really geared to super realistic gameplay, but I think that those are super pretty like pieces that they have, and the windows alone are just magical. I don't know, I think that they need more like occult based gameplay. We had like fortune telling, we used to have ghost hunting, and I feel like that was sort of robbed from us again in The Sims 4. Like the base game is really lacking in that respect. Like we don't have some of those rabbit hole jobs like we used to, especially if you wanted to pretend that you had like a very mystic kind of sim and you were like, I'm out there. We don't really get to do that, but yeah, I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. So one thing that I figured out that I think looks really, really pretty, especially if you look at some of the old historic homes, is that they have an ottoman placed right by the bed. That ottoman, I don't know, I guess like people back in the day were too lazy to faint like 2 feet away from their bed, so they needed their own couch slash ottoman to sit. Like, how much more comfy can your room get? You have an ottoman, you have like these big upholstered chairs, and you have a bed. Like, just walk the 2 feet to like pass out on your bed. But no, here they have like this cute ottoman, and I think it looks really cool, especially if you want to replicate like a historic era build. And so yeah, this teenager has also her own ensuite. I wanted to go all out for this family. This build is something that I'm particularly proud of. I definitely can't wait to have it out on the gallery for you guys, especially if you have any of your own personal ideas about how you want to create and change this space, maybe make more use of the space than I did. I would definitely love to see what your guys' interpretations and renditions are. So all I ask is that you just link me on Instagram if you take a picture, or you tag me on the gallery. That is something that I would really love. Just tag me at Duchess585, which is just my origin ID, and I would definitely love to look through your own personal interpretations. But here I'm using these curtains that I really love from the Vintage Glamour pack. I think for the most part, a lot of the curtains that come with the Sims game are either super loud or awkward, and they don't really mix well with the window shapes that we have. And I decided to make really great use of those Vintage Glamour pack curtains for pretty much every room. I'm not ashamed to admit that I like to use the same thing over and over again, okay? I'm not very creative. But those are beautiful. I mean, they're not so specific to a time period that they can't be used in a modern build, and that they're not so super modern that they can't be used in an older one. I don't know. It's just like the perfect Goldilocks kind of curtain for me. I really shouldn't be fangirling over some curtains at 2:15 in the morning, but this is what we've come to. This is what my life has come to. So I all placed a little journal slash diary and a clock on a bedside table for that teenager, and I don't know why I keep going back and forth. I really was just like seeing new objects that I wanted to place down and literally going back and forth between rooms. Also, another thing on my big laundry list of things that I want from The Sims, more mobiles. Like, this is the only one. I couldn't find any other ones that look really cute for this home. But I don't know. I think that the one thing that these toddlers need more than anything is really expensive art on their walls. and I was sure to give it to them. But yeah. So I kept the hallway kind of plain and simple. I don't know. I think that most of the impact when it comes to like artistic decoration comes to the bedrooms. I'm really glad with the way that the master bedroom turned out, which is this one. I don't know if I definitely would have painted those walls purple or kept them that purple shade if I could figure out what other sort of beds slash furnishing I could pair it with. But I think I ended up yes, there we are. I ended up changing it to this deep blood red kind of wallpaper. I loved the black crown. Is it black or dark brown? I think it's dark brown crown molding, because red and green go really wet. They marry well. Yeah, so they go very well together. And so having this green bed with the red walls around it, I don't know, I just thought it made it look very, 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 very pretty. So I add this Victorian fireplace. I think it's literally just called that, and I don't know which pack it's from. I apologize, but here I am going back again on my own. Oh God, someone shoot me. But yeah, so that's something that I think I'm gonna do. Like, you're gonna hear often me pepper but yeah, like, and throughout all of my sentences. But honestly, I'm just happy that I made it this far without having to restart my voiceover again. So pat on the back for me. So I picked like these chairs that I thought were actually really nice. They kind of provided this sort of, like, all of these turrets really do provide like this sort of intimate enclosure where you can sit and put like 2 chairs or armchairs where you can sit opposite the person you're speaking to, or like the sim you're speaking to. Wow, am I really projecting my real life onto these things? But they have like this super intimate kind of feel about them. And I just decided that could be somewhere where like the mom witch and like warlock and like the dad warlock, whatever, I don't know, like sit and discuss and like brood over things. And like maybe they're like 2 professors at that what was that world that comes with Realm of Magic? I don't know, that's like my favorite pack, but I forget the world that it's called. Like maybe they teach at like that place, like maybe they're the master sages, because I wasn't really too impressed with the sages that came with ours. Like a lot of that stuff, I mean, they were cute and whatnot, but they weren't like the best. So I was thinking maybe they're like professors at that school, and clearly they gotta be, because they're earning that money to be paying for this home. I don't know, like when I checked how much it was worth, it was like well over several hundred, like I think like 200,000 simoleons. But they get this very, very lavish ensuite bathroom, and it has these 2 twin pedestal sinks. I raised up some mirrors, and they're very pretty. I think I also I abstained from putting in a room divider in the bathroom. I don't know, that just seemed like it closed off the space too much, and it just didn't seem like organic. It didn't flow with everything. But, and actually, you know what, this bathroom turned out pretty similar to all the other ones that I've seen online for inspiration. I was actually thinking maybe we could do like a mausoleum. I don't know, like I'm just so emotionally attached to this build that I don't really want to stop. So I'm thinking about like doing landscaping in the next video, doing a mausoleum and all that good stuff. Tell me if you're interested. Please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we're super close to the end, and I really think it's time for me to take my ass to bed. It's like 2:42 in the morning. So okay, bye.